everyone. Now that we're at the peak of the tourist season, we can't help but ask, is it actually peaking too hard? Are there too many tourists?
The question depends on who you ask and where. Popular places like Phuket are likely to feel a bit overwhelmed, but tourism is a vital part of the economy here in the land of smiles. So the question is, how can we balance this?
That's right. Welcome to the Fireside. I'm Benjamin Ruchopagan.
I'm Supanida Janmoon. Every week, we have a fireside chat exploring what's going on in Thailand, diving deep into our latest obsessions.
This week, we're looking at Thailand's complicated relationship with tourism and exploring a few different ideas for addressing the challenges of over-tourism.
So let's get into the overview information a little bit, because tourism is a cornerstone of Thai economy, as we know. And the country is expected to reach 36 million international arrivals this year. So if you compare to other years before, the history once upon a time in 2019 welcomed record high 39 million visitors and was on track to hit 40 million in 2020. But we all know what happened next, right?
Yeah, exactly. Regardless of, that period, we've always been a favorite destination for people that are trying to escape places that are way too cold in the winter.
Yeah, definitely.
And also Thailand is just perfect in the winter. It's not the monsoon, it's not too hot, it's super mild, and so, it's super enjoyable for everyone. And, I looked into like some of the rankings that we have for Thailand as a tourist destination, and the US News and World Report's best country ranking shows that people around the world see Thailand as the 5th best country for adventure. Now, this is broken down into qualities like friendliness. Thai people are super friendly.
Yeah.
Fun, tourism, obviously, the climate, super great in the winter season, the scenery, and weirdly sexiness. That's one of the components, is how sexy we are.
Yeah, you can see like me as a representative of that. Not really, but we all know what's the definition of this.
Yeah, for sure. Thailand also came in at 8th place for cultural heritage, which is great. We always appreciate people who are coming here to enjoy our history, our culture, and this includes food as well. So obviously Thai food is super popular. So there's a lot of different reasons why international visitors can't get enough of Thailand.
Yeah, also apart from the traditional and cultural factor to attract people to keep coming to Thailand, the pop culture is the one thing that I can see. So if you think about pop culture, have you ever thought why I keep going back to Korea all the time or Japan all the time? Because the pop culture might be one of the factors, like music, K-pop or Korean drama. And as well as me, for example, I keep going back to the UK because of Harry Potter.
Right.
And also US, so many things.
You're a big Potterhead.
Yeah, US like Hollywood series and films and movies. So in Thailand, we have so many things right now happening here to attract international people to come. Anything that you can think of.
Well, it's the one thing on everyone's mind is Mudeng.
Mudeng.
Everyone loves Mudeng. Everyone loves the Mu family, all the pygmy hippos.
Mudeng and Nong Ewa now. Ewa is a tiger. And Butter Bear, earlier we have heard about Butter Bear, that attract lots of Chinese people because of her characteristic and personality. And we are going to have the White Lotus.
That's right.
Personally, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure that it's going to attract another group of people who is interested in watching series. And I have heard that the previous seasons attract so many people to go to Hawaii and other city that they represent.
Right,
as the location of the set of the film of the series.
I don't know much about White Lotus, but I saw the promo with Lisa, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta watch it. So
same, because we are going to support Lisa.
That's right.
Yeah.
So those are all the reasons why tourism in Thailand is so popular, why people want to come here. Muay Thai is a different one as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, there is such a thing as over tourism. And that's what I want to get to the heart of this episode this time. Over tourism refers to the situation where a destination receives more visitors than it can sustainably handle. So this can lead to negative effects. And the two ones that I want to really highlight for this episode are the environmental effects and the social impact as well. Right? Now, one thing to bear in mind is that over-tourism doesn't just happen in Thailand. We've all been feeling it.
Yeah.
And especially after the pandemic, everybody's been wanting to travel a lot more. There's a huge rebound in air travel. And so places like Spain's Barcelona, the US's Hawaii, Greece's Santorini Island, and even Tanzania's Serengeti National Park. So all these places have been seeing a crazy amount of tourism, and they have to balance the human activities with their environmental impact. Right?
Yeah. So if you want to go to any attractions in order to take picture, it's so hard. You have to go like in the early morning, like 6 a.m. in the morning or 7, and it start going to be crowded after that.
That's right.
So yeah, every time I use the AI application or AI website in order to remove other people behind me. Which is very work you can try doing if you have plan.
I'm so like that's the one benefit of AI that I look forward to using. It's just like erasing all the bystanders and photos and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah. Do you have any other examples of over tourism impact?
So specifically for the environmental impact, one case study that is really well publicized is the case study of Ao Maya. Did I say that? I've like been practicing it for a while. So Ao Maya is located on Got Pipile, right? And it's super famous because of the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach. And that came out like years ago. It came out in 2000, right? And over the last 20 years, since the movie has come out, tourism has, or rather arrivals to the island, have increased by 3,000 times. And that heavy tourism pressure caused a lot of the coral reefs to bleach.
Yeah. So it got to the point where Maya Bay or Ao Maya had to be closed for 3.5 years and only reopened in January last year, 2022. So since then, the policy has been off the beach and other nearby hotspots in the off season during the monsoon for the couple months. So this is how we can do. This is the best we can do. Yeah. In order to make it recover and be ready to people to visit again.
That's like a clear one-to-one, like, cause and effect of over tourism. So that's something that's it's very tangible.
3 years, so long.
3 years to recover. It just goes to show how heavy the tourist pressure was on the island. So the second thing that I want to point out is the social impact, right? So when you accept visitors into your country, you kind of accept the idea that there's going to be a culture shock, there's going to be a culture clash, and not everyone will intentionally obey all of the invisible cultural rules that we have. But intentionally or unintentionally, there's going to be inappropriate behavior from tourists who either don't know any better or they're on vacation. They're in a vacation mindset and they're letting their inhibitions go and they're behaving in ways that they wouldn't necessarily behave at home.
Yeah, I get that. I
Right?
can get the idea.
So there's a few cases like in this year, April 2024, a foreign couple was charged with public indecency during the Songkran festival. And in May 2024, another foreign couple, it was a really, bad story, is allowed their child to urinate inside the Grand Palace. So that caused a lot of public outcry as well. And then in the same month in May 2024, a foreign man got drunk and destroyed his hotel room and caused 150,000 baht in damages. So these are all things that like people don't normally behave like this. You know, it's a vacation mindset as well. And, you know, obviously there's with Mudeng, some visitors wanting to get a reaction out of the viral pygmy hippo. They throw things, they splash water, and that's really like inappropriate behavior. It's causing distress to the animal, right?
Yeah, and that was the social impact. We have mentioned the environmental impact as well. So let's touch a little bit more about the solution part that the government or what we should actually do.
Right. Well, I think it's clear that when you have a lot of tourists, you should definitely have a lot of investment in the industry to make sure that it's safe, to make sure that there are enough services for tourists to guide them and to help them, you know, have a great experience and know what to do. And obviously there's a law enforcement kind of element. There should be an investment in the tourist police as well, right? So one direct solution, but it's not been universally well received, it's a bit controversial, is the idea of the tourism tax. And even though it's a bit, you know, unevenly received, tourism taxes are very common, actually. So in Bhutan, for example, it has the world's most expensive tourist tax, and they call it the Sustainable Development Fee, which makes sense because it's for the sustainable development of the tourist industry. The visitors have to pay $200 a day in order to visit that kingdom. That's an incredible amount. And closer to home in nearby Indonesia, Bali introduced a visitor tax of 150,000 rupiah. That's 320 baht per person for the traveler's entire stay. So that's very close to what we're trying to do. Thailand's Ministry of Tourism and Sports is developing a traveling tax, and that will be 300 baht for foreigners arriving by air, and then half that amount for those arriving by land or sea. So there are many people that travel across the border. You know, maybe they travel across to get to work. You know, they live really close to the border, so it's kind of hard to expect them to pay that much, right? So if you go to the worldwideweb.thailandtravelerfee.go.th, and then you can apply there as well for the traveler fee. One-day visitors who aren't staying overnight won't be charged. So if you're going in the day and you're coming back, then it's fine, right?
Yeah, you can get more information on the website. So this is one of the solutions. And also Thai government try to initiate and try to find a solution to set out as a policy as well in order to promote the second tier cities, in order to like spread the tourists to be around, to visit around, and to promote enhance the capacity in order to attract more people each year, and try not to make some cities overwhelmed, like Phuket that we have mentioned. So Bangkok earned 750 billion baht, and the next highest was southern region like Phuket, Krabi. Bangkok and Phuket represent 64% of the tourism industry by revenue. But Thailand, over the years, has been trying to get tourists to venture out and explore all the destinations, often referring them to as a hidden gem. So we are going to mention the second-tier city from now as a hidden gem because second-tier sounds like...
It sounds a bit condescending, because a lot of these towns really are just gorgeous places to visit. And people, you know, maybe they're a little bit out of the way, but they're really worth discovering because, you know, especially in comparison with really touristy places. Right?
So the Thai Gulf tried to initiate Thailand Winter Festival, a showcase of 7 wonders of Thailand. So what are 7 wonders? It's Loi Krathong Festival, countdown events, sports event, cultural events, food festivals, music festival, lighting festival, and that's 7 areas or 7 wonders that they try to promote. So the Prime Minister, Ms. Paetongtarn Shinawatra, officially launched the Thailand Winter Festivals in October and running from November until December. So this is like to promote festival activity and event to this is very ambitious, but they try to make Thailand a world-class festival destination. So we can see they try to put some hidden gem cities into these 7 wonders, like Tak or Samut Songkram, or we can see sport event, they put Betong.
Right.
In it, and also cultural events.
That's in the south, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We have Ubon Ratchathani, Sakon Nakhon for cultural events, and also food festival, music festival in Pathum Thani. So we can see the effort of the Thai government that's trying to make hidden gem cities more reputable for tourists.
It's very important that tourists discover other places to go, and there's so many other places to enjoy, so that we're not concentrating all of the tourist industry in a few different cities. We're not overwhelming the environment and the communities in a few different cities as well.
Yeah, but understand, if it's your first time, you might want to go to the big city or the famous city like Chiang Mai, Phuket, Pattaya, for example. But if it's not your first time, you might considering go to the hidden gem city.
Yes, absolutely. So real quickly before we go, this last way to solve the problem is to also spread tourists across the calendar, not just across the country, but across time. And so that's where the Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV, comes in. It's a specific visa for digital nomads and remote workers. And remote working has become very popular ever since the pandemic. It's become a new way, a new kind of freedom for work, especially for creative jobs. So the DTV allows people to visit Thailand more easily throughout the year, not just during the vacation time, but to work and travel.
Yeah.
So allowing people, 3 things that I just want to reiterate are the tourism tax to fund tourist services. There is the idea of secondary cities and promoting tourist industries in lesser known locations, these hidden gems, and then also more friendly visas for people to work and travel and stay here longer and enjoy the country during other times of the year.
That's the great conclusion. So what do you think? Do you support a tourism tax? Is there any hidden gem you would like to recommend? So let us know in the comments.
And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Fireside Thailand. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what topics you want us to explore next. And until then, happy travels.
Will I be one of the lucky people that receive presents from you?
We just met for this program, so I don't know. I mean, maybe at the end of season 1, and then we'll see. Maybe for season 2.
Okay, let's get into our story then. I feel so upset right now.
Oh no. No.